June 30 was the deadline. July 12 was the finish line. Welcome to DaveTalk. Not as late as in the past, but still late. Once again, the General Assembly and the governor failed to meet their constitutional responsibility to pass a state budget on time. For months, we heard the promises. We read the newsletters. We saw the social media posts. We even endured the TikToks. Skill games were going to be regulated and taxed. Recreational marijuana was going to be legalized and taxed. Municipalities were told there could even be a local share to help address the real-world impacts these decisions will bring to communities. What happened? Survey says nothing. And what about data centers? For more than a year, townships have been working with residents, often frustrated residents, and developers to address siting, infrastructure, zoning, and quality of life concerns. The House held hearings, the Senate held hearings, legislators promised action. Everyone said they supported local decision-making. What happened? Survey says. So besides eventually passing a nearly $51 billion state budget, what did Harrisburg accomplish? Well, lawmakers sent Senate Bill 349, the solar decommissioning bill, to the governor's desk. The bill created a statewide framework for decommissioning solar facilities. Sounds pretty reasonable. The problem is it also wiped out local decommissioning requirements already adopted by municipalities all across Pennsylvania, including hundreds of townships. The irony is hard to miss. Township leaders understood early on that somebody has to pay for removing those panels and foundations and related infrastructure when a solar facility reaches the end of its useful life. And if the developer is nowhere around when that day comes, taxpayers can be left holding the bill. PSATS fought to grandfather those existing ordinances. We argued that municipalities that took the initiative, followed DEP guidance, and proactively protected their communities should not be punished for doing exactly what local governments are supposed to do. You know, they talked about local support, but when they had a chance, they did the opposite and took it away on solar. Years of local effort, countless hours of staff and volunteer time, taxpayer dollars spent developing responsible local standards, all wiped out. So what else moved through the Capitol? How about fixing the housing crisis? Zip, nada, zilch. But both chambers are moving quickly, but separately, to approve legislation that would override local land use authority by requiring municipalities to allow accessory dwelling units on residential properties by right. Different issue, same theme. More state control, less residential input and local decision-making. Which brings us back to the importance of the Pennsylvania Local Government Bill of Rights. The growing number of one-size-fits-all mandates coming from Harrisburg should concern every local official and every taxpayer. Local government remains the most efficient, accountable, and trusted level of government because it's closest to the people it serves. That's why we're asking municipal officials and residents to support the Pennsylvania Local Government Bill of Rights. It preserves local autonomy. It rejects one-size-fits-all zoning. It would end unfunded mandates, modernize public notices, and ensure local government is seated at the table. Well, until next time.
If you like what you're seeing, subscribe to PSATS YouTube channel, hit the bell button for notifications, follow our Facebook page, and head over to psats.org for more content from the Township Video Network.